Hey, good morning. It's early today. Got a fresh shave of the head though. Feel good. Always feel good when I get a haircut. One of the simple joys in a man's life, getting a fresh haircut. And I do it myself because I'm cheap like that, and I only shave it, so it's not like I'm styling it or anything. But I imagine it makes me look a little bit younger. Wearing one of my favorite shirts today. I don't always see it in the closet, but it says, God saved me on the very road I took to avoid him. I don't know, kind of had an appeal to me the first time I saw it, so I had to order one, because I feel like I spent a lot of my years, in a sense, avoiding confrontation. I'd say with him or whatever, but it's not really confrontation. It's my own internal conflict, knowing that I'm doing something or that I shouldn't be doing. So that's the avoidance part. So come to terms with all this. Feel like I'm in a good place mentally. Also feel like I'm in a pretty good place professionally with our construction company and where it seems to be moving. Got a lot of numbers out there with people right now, hoping to land them, hoping to land some more jobs, kind of sew up the rest of the year and into 2026. If I could have a year's worth of work booked out with no worry about how to keep me and my guys busy, that'd be great. Also toying around with the idea of moving again. Kind of having a discussion as a family constantly about it. The house that we're in now, I really enjoy the space and the land. It's definitely been a neat process, but it was a lot of work. And not that the work doesn't bother me, but it just was a lot of work, and there's still more to do. We're finally kind of getting the yard together. We got grass growing everywhere, which has been a monumental mission, because it's like, I don't know, like 30,000 square feet or more of yard. I mean, the whole thing is an acre, so it's like 50,000 square feet, minus the house and the pool area. There's another 30-some thousand square foot that really had patchy, spotty grass and kind of looked like shit. So we're finally kind of getting that together. I had the landscaper back last week. He did like a 18-inch perimeter around the pool with some stood up blocks that we could fill with soil and mulch, so we can plant some grasses around, which is going to give it some like nice curb appeal on the outside of the fence for the pool. And then also had him do 2 small paver walkways, one to the girls' swing set, and then one just on the other side of one of the gates that leads out to our chicken coops and whatnot. So, I mean, it's been a long process. The entire house has been sort of redone. All new flooring throughout, mostly new drywall throughout, all new windows, new paint, obviously. All the bathrooms got redone. The kitchen got blown out and redone. All new appliances. Hi-hats in some of the rooms, new fans in every room. We put a second-story addition that was on an original addition to the house. So we created 2 new bedrooms up there, one of them being like a master ensuite, and the other is my granddaughter's room, which is a massive room, but they need it because they're twins and they're sharing a room. So the house really came around and needed a lot of work. We're kind of buttoning up some things, like there's some HVAC issues that we're working on. I met with my HVAC guy yesterday, and he's going to schedule his guys to come over and replace all the flexible supply runs to all the rooms, because they're just kind of ass backwards, and I'm to blame for that, because I've been trying to patch it the whole time. We didn't really need to put a new system up there for the 2 new rooms, we just needed to modify the existing. But as things would go, my HVAC guy was really busy at the beginning of the summer when it started to get hot. So me and my guys tackled it. And we're not HVAC guys. We'll just leave it at that. But anyway, they should be fixing that, so we should have proper heating and cooling in the house on the second floor. The first floor HVAC system, I made a lot of improvements because there was a ton of issues in the crawl space, a lot of leaks from flexible supply runs not being connected, and part of the trunk had dropped, so there was a lot of leakage into the crawl space, and we fixed all that. So that it's better. So, I'm just trying to get the house back together completely so we could possibly show it, because my wife and I agree that if we're going to send the kids to school, which, I'm not really sure that I want them going to a school, public school at least. I never went to Catholic school myself, but I would consider sending them to Catholic school. But we're looking into the idea of potentially they're doing like a homeschool program now, which is kind of exciting. They're only 3. They're only 3, and so we're trying to get them involved in as many things as we can, because that's what we did with our kids, between sports and whatnot. We're trying to keep them involved and socialization, of course, but we're also we're also trying to get back to the Manahawkin area, so that if we choose to send them to school, we can send them to Southern Regional School District, as it's just a better school system than where we are now. Again, I love the house that we're in. I love the land that we're in. My wife has some points that she's made. For one, she wants sidewalks. We don't have sidewalks where we are now. And we're kind of, even though we're out in the middle of sort of like nowhere, we're kind of on a busy cut-through road, and cars often speed down our street. And I never thought about it before, but my wife, with our kids, and up until, this year basically, lived in a house that had sidewalks, and if she wanted to go walk around the block, she could just go walk around the block. And it wouldn't seem like something important to me, but she's passionate about it. So who am I to get in the way of that? You know what I mean? As I often say, it's my duty to serve, and to serve her, and to serve my children, and now to serve my grandchildren. And if that's the requirement, then that's the next thing that I'll serve, is pushing us in that direction. We looked at a house the other day that was a pretty good match. It was very basic inside. It must have been a sample, because it looked very, very builder's grade, and it's a relatively new development. I'd say they probably just finished it in the last couple of years. And so this is, I think, one of the model homes that came up for sale, and nobody lives in it currently. It's just listed. So we walked through it the other day. It's basically the same square footage of the house that I bought currently, and also the yard is technically almost the same acreage. So there's plenty of room for, what's important to me is that I have a place to park my trucks and my trailers and whatnot, and that we have a garage so that I can have kind of like a makeshift workshop, and also put my gym out there. But this house actually will have a basement, so I could put the gym in the basement if we decide to finish it. So I guess we're going to test the market and see what happens. I bought my house. I'm hoping that I can profit off of it. About, I don't know how much. I just know I'm going to need like $150,000 down to buy the new house if I can get an offer on the one that we're in. But yeah, it's got me. Of course, it all has me nervous. But it would be a neighborhood that has sidewalks, and it would give my wife a place to walk around, and some other kids on the street. So it would put her at ease, and I think that we could send the kids to the Southern Regional School District. That's it. They're my morning thoughts. Probably be back making some videos in a little while over some other things. You know what I mean? But yeah, they're my thoughts. Just kind of wanted to give you an update of kind of what's going on in my life, in my mind right now. And that's it. Talk to you soon.